collection and publishing of electoral data.
Hello, me family them. Peace. Na baba share the people them dependent political offender with the program do don't clean.
To enhance the credibility of all future.
It's not just up music,
sweet music production.
Don't clean up. I need program this. I need program this. Don't clean up. I need program this. Where they inform you. Don't clean up. I need program this. Where they entertain you. Don't clean. Don't clean. Don't clean. I need program this. Don't clean. Don't clean. I say this program not for me and you because it entertain you. This program had to inform you. It entertain you. Oh yeah. It entertain you. Oh yeah. It inform you. All the daily things them where they happen now we country. Baba check there for inform you. All the daily happenings where they go on now we country. Baba check just entertain you. Tell me say Kokoriyoko. 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 Tell me say Kokoriyoko. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. I say this program damn too nice. It entertaining from you too. Baba Shah keep program damn too nice. Oh, it entertain me. Don't clean up. I need program this, where they educate you. Don't clean up. I need program this, where they inform you.
Particularly pay tribute to the members of this cross-party committee. I want to acknowledge you all by your name. The APC reps on the committee, whose work we mean say we dey at today. As you notice, at the switch somewhat between Creole and English, we agree so we go do English in our new language. We don't discover. Now, without further ado, we do three major things here. One, we ask the co-chair them, as soon as notice, for talk at the switch with the United Nations representative, we na in the represent development partners on the committee. With the United Nations representative, we na in the represent development partners on the committee. And then I'll go in the way we'll sit on, so we'll listen from Dr. Marah and Dr. Gaima. After the statements, them. So I'll get the terms of reference, we'll present here, we'll get a signing ceremony, and then with the SIDOM. And we open up for questions. from the members of the Fourth Estate and the people. Within here. So without further ado,
intends to provide an update on the progress made by the cross-party committee on electoral systems and management body review, which is one of the provisions of the Agreement for National Unity that was signed on 18 October 2023 between the government and the opposition, All People's Congress, APC. I'm also pleased by the achievement made so far by the committee under the co-leadership of two very capable co-chairs, Dr. Emmanuel Gaima and Dr. Kaifala Marah. The committee started its work at the beginning of January and concluded this first phase with an agreed terms of reference that define its scope of work for the next 5 months. I would like particularly to commend the core leadership and committee members for the, and indeed, the intended examination of the electoral systems, structures, procedures, opposition parties to support the full implementation in communities across the country, advocating for national cohesion and unity. And explicitly and consistently
together for bringing the tension down. The other co-chair, who represents the opposition party, the All People's Congress Party, the very distinguished Dr. Kaifala Marah. Floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. Minister.
I believe that this is a result that should be
Honorable
praised
Minister
by all of
and your
us,
colleagues
as it is an important
at
step
committee
toward the
to
promotion of
warmly
youth.
welcome you all to this maiden results. We go help people then for examine the results. No go down well with the APC, many civil society groups, citizens of this country, and other institutions across the world. Many people, especially the APC, believe say irregularities being take place. Among many considerations, the APC decide not to participate the country governance. I'm sure we all be aware of that. Parliament and councils across the country. I'm sure we all be aware of that. Now, this standoff day, as a result of that, we get the international waiting na this resolution 3, I'm sure we all know, Mr. Minister don't make reference to them, but for make I reiterate, we mandate get twofold. One, now for review the 2020. In the process, we get for look at the content. It's just issues. We get for do the collation of results. We've been so worried and concerned that then step in. Along with the bodies away there, with partners away there, the diplomatic community away there, sure elections go be free, go be fair, go be credible, go be transparent. We all know, as Mr. Minister say, the cross-party gets three-way leadership where they are, and we'll get equal representation at the committee, that now government and we 7-7, Mr. Minister don't show them, and we sister where they are, Seraphine, Wakana, in the represent development partners as the co-chair. We start with work, as Madam Seraphine say, on the 19th of December. It meant to not get plenty time again, not to 6 months again. So get for double effort. But today, we are a transparent body. We believe anything we do get for kind of the public domain. We get for take SierraLeone along. We get for take partners along. So we not only sign the terms of reference today, but they show a little bit how far we don't go and which contain these terms of reference. But for showing the work we don't do, not only we don't develop the terms of reference, and now explain to family then where they far and wide for say, the terms of reference, now the document where they guide the work of this committee, what we go do and how for do them. In addition to that, we don't develop rules of proceedings, how we for conduct two meetings. We don't also develop a communication framework. We get for take the people of Sierra Leone along this transparent process. Anything where they happen, get for be open for everybody for see. We don't hide anything. So we don't develop that. What we don't also develop a delivery framework. This delivery framework, they guide the nitty-gritty is how we work, for example, with the experts that we'll get for bring on board. This one get for show timelines how they work. We set deadlines so we set for ensure that to work within the time. And we don't also formulate a secretariat structure. We'll bring on board experts, for example, experts who are responsible for electoral laws, for local laws, experts who are responsible for elections management, and experts who are responsible for institutional reform. Because we think to say some of the institutions that we get for those elections need some changes for make. But how we reach here? Fumble them. Government they under, APC they under. Now been tough one. Would they go to scatter force? Halala can say all man going away. But we come back. See in the smile. Would they come back to the issues? Say no, what you talk yesterday, no right. It's our government only. Dr. Marah says APC no more serve. Well, what about the people of SierraLeone? So, sister, how we manage things in that the people that we give with this responsibility will get for serve them proposal for so we'll not forget that. So we put the country first. So my family then go on for no waiting then at these terms of reference. You don't talk about all lentia one for no now waiting there. How then call and kotoku? I don't know if I'm right. So waiting inside this kotoku. Yes. So make we explain few to now, not to all. One, now for make this committee examine the 2023 election result. So the committee get for examine the 2023 election result. Then we'll get for examine previous election results as well. We'll get for look at the shipment, tallying, and announcement of elections results. We'll get for look at the procedures for certification and publication of results. We also get for take a look at data migration from the National Civil Registration Authority to how it get for feed into the ECSL arrangement. Complaints being there about a fine make a look at law land lessons and correct what in there for correct. Then we also get for take a look at the report and recommendations of elections observer missions. For example, the European Union and the Carter Center. We get for take a look at all of that for land lessons. So we'll go see how elections go and what we go do for meet up best practice. We also get for take a look at the electoral laws, like the Public Elections Act of 2022, and all other laws in the country we get for do with elections. Question. They're enough, they're manipulatable, somebody can manipulate them, gaps in there. What do we go do about these laws? We'll get best practice within the region and elsewhere we'll go learn from. If yes, we'll make further recommendations so that electoral laws will be good and will be excellent and will be in tandem with international best practice. We also get for take a look at electoral redress mechanisms. You know, we get issues. You file petitions, sometimes take 2-3 years, nothing not happen. We have to look at that. The timing, they announce a president. Few minutes later, the Chief Justice swearing, he administered the oath. Then the following morning, you file petition to the same Chief Justice. And then he only get limited window for bring all the evidence for submitting petitions. He meets best practice, lessons they will go learn. We'll take a look at what things that happen in other countries. Now then thing they will get for do. Then we'll also get for do functional review, take a look at some institutions. ECSL, we'll get for take a look at then staffing profile, the institutional profile, decision-making profile. Things that we will need for do in then institutions, not just ECSL, but the other one then who believes they get one or two things for do with elections. We'll get for review them one then they fumble them. During the course of we work, maybe we'll get the need for inviting people and for make clarifications, whether in the security sector, whether in ECSL or anyone, for make them explain further how things and they ask questions them so that the work of the committee will be wholesome. Then this committee also get the mandate that during the course of we examination of all of them here, if we found a person, an institution or a group, say they don't undermine the electoral process of this country, we can make appropriate recommendations to the president. So these are some of the core mandates of this committee. And I want to make you know that the findings and recommendations of this particular committee, government and APC don't make commitment that their recommendations, they go be actionable and go be implementable. So the APC and government don't make that commitment. Today, we go sign the terms of reference. But we go don't sign the terms of reference. We fumble and out there go one for no, waiting at the next steps. We go try for work with our sister, the co-chair, and with development partners for ensure that we quickly recruit the experts them what we need so that we will commence this work. But whilst we do that recruitment, this committee will take the honors for go across the country so that people will not able to listen to it today and we need for learn more, go know a lot more about we work. Now, we want to remind ourselves as a committee that we remit a sacred one and that the expectations of SierraLeoneans are very high of this committee. We also don't learn that growing concerns then at the country about elections, about the value for votes, about the freedom and security for casting votes. And how that vote could be protected, we know say SierraLeoneans concern. That particular job with Ngiwi, we all go agree with me, now it's a sacred one. So because it's sacred, excuse me, we hope therefore for do we utmost, for serve we country, for ensure that we recommendations based on our findings. We hope for established facts and for cleared out around the 2023 elections. We'll therefore identify weaknesses in overall electoral systems with structures and processes and then make a recommend. At this press conference, we leaders and where they are go one for know exactly who they are this committee, what in our commitment, we from the APC. Would they say we'll go do a judicious job? We'll collect for ensuring so we'll get for make. But get word for the people of Sierra Leone as well. As a committee, Salon self gets a responsibility for help this process. Now two-way thing. Would they do the job for the country? And when I self get for be part of this process, now that make we get for continue for it now. But it goes beyond that. Make I just say this. A very important at this juncture for say this. on behalf of the committee for clear this air about elections rerun. I don't think any member there on this committee will they sleep. See the room don't go, yeah. We know the enormity of the job. We know that it's a sacred one. But to one law, we know also say that professional job then don't give it. Law not preempt the outcomes. Law not preempt the outcomes. We not allow we make we do findings. Based on them findings, we make recommendations. Law we not forget that government and the APC don't already make a commitment for implement the recommendations we put forward. So they ask everyone for be patient. The one then where they do rumor mongering. Where they write or pass or do any kind of thing, with the big una for make una focus on one thing. Listen to what in the committee they do. That is why we don't put in place a communication framework for continue for engage the public. We now your mouthpiece, we will talk on ourselves. So if I go recap on this, I want to say, we no one preempt any. We go for do review, do examinations. Based on we findings, we will then make recommendations. And I want to make una know that everything we do not a secret. Everything we do get for day in the open. We they take SierraLeone along. So make una know say nothing no do get for cover. Any findings or recommendations so they get for be factual. Yeah. I want at this juncture, I don't touch on this time they against me small. Mr. Minister, they round up now. You know, within our opposition, we know we mandate in resolution 3. It don't necessarily touch the other resolutions. But I've been don't say this Friday, and I want discontinuation of politically motivated cases, support to resettle internally and externally displaced persons, payment of backlog emoluments to elected MPs, mayors, chairpersons, and councillors, among others. Even with 4 poor councillors na bo today, they not take their seats. You know what they say? Yeah. By the time the committee they don't invoke, let be to say most of the resolutions yeah done they don't. But if they continue for park, we self can make your recommendations. The boat will be an overloaded one. So we, the APC, they continue for crave the indulgence of government. With then goodwill for collaborate with we under this part of the National Unity Agreement for make we implement some of the resolutions so that the public will continue for their confidence and we all will continue for on the part of the peace and cohesion what they talk about and pray for always. We are sure that our partners are standing by to continue to provide support. And let me therefore close by commending our development partners and the wider international community for supporting this process with the ultimate aim of saving our democracy. We thank the United Nations for supporting our meetings and providing coordination. The Commonwealth, the African Union, the European Union, ECOWAS, the UK, the Irish Embassy, the German Embassy, and all of them. And we thank the US for providing $1.5 million to support the process through the USAID implementation window. We want to thank our respective principals, in particular for us on the APC side. Una thank you, we wanna put confidence in we for serve on this committee. And we say before God and man, we're not going to let the committee and we're not going to let the APC and the country down. We want to say a big thank you to all other party members, and every other person in the country, including civil society and una, the fourth estate. We want to tell una thank you for una commitment, and with the ask, please, make una go for accurate reporting. If una get issues, una ask we. Very soon, within we communication framework, una go know who point person, the person will go lead communication for this, so that una go to interact and put out the right information for the consumption of the public. I want to say thank you to my colleague them. I want to say a big thank you to my brother, Gaima, who can go back and forth. But they say no matter no agree, I consult State House. I say myself I no agree on this. I go to the party. The following day, I don't consult, yes. Mara, I don't consult, no. Well, we agree. A tough one, my family them. Very tough and difficult. With the crave on indulgence, make una put una confidence in this committee. We will and shall and deliver what una they expect of we. One for tell una thank you, may God bless una. Thank you, Mr. Minister.
Thank you very, very much, Dr. Kaifala Marah, co-chair and representative of the All People's Congress Party. Once in a while in history, people then they be required for stand up, for do the right thing for the country and put the country above self. I think we don't hear statements very reflective of the membership of the committee. They in that spirit today. We, the people of this country, we talk. For all the people level. So I talk to the other co-chair. We represent the government of SierraLeone. Dr. Emmanuel Gaima, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Dear family, my apologies for the voice because I traveled late, so that's a terrible bad voice. I want to stand on all the salutation protocols and all the protocols we, my brother, Dr. Kaifala Marah, established. In terms of salutation or greeting. And for the opening, my family and I was there on the 23rd of June, 2023, and 24th of June, 2023, SierraLeone do number 5 election after the war. Don't begin for move. Also, the other good news about that election is after 60+ years of this country, memories have me well. Now the first election Nandi, we, the people of SierraLeone, we put some money inside, we run them for ourselves. We partner the help we, but what the help go to we other brothers and sisters them, who they run NGO for do some element of voter education, civic education. So we got that election. The election cycle of 2023, we base them on the revised Public Election Act of 2022. That revised Public Elections Act of 2022, now it's informal. In 2007, 2012, 2018, the European Union filled large number, hundreds, close to 100 people. Then got a then got a long term, then got a short term. Each time when they be done do the election, they will make what they call elections recommendations. So when President Bill come, and with my humble appointment, it's always embarrassed because in the political dialogue meeting, the European Union say, when it comes spend money per elections, we do not take the recommendations seriously. So most of the recommendations of 2007, 2012, 2018, that they informed the Public Elections Act of 2022. So in a way, quietly, some form of electoral review may don't start. So what we do at this committee? The committee board make reference to the law and day. We they deepen them. We they go deeper and we look at what's in the left. But let's not also forget to say, in the lawmaking process, we come out to governments, we get another very important arm of government, under the legislature, under parliament. Where government take bill, under proposal to the house, it got for go lobby for let them pass them. So until the waiting government go put, not to all. Will pass, but most of the time will pass. So government self no say it may not have been a very perfect law because me and I are coming in the process. Something that they will want inside from the recommendation. Parliament in its wisdom, like they normally say, they feel say enough for the day. And I think my friend and brother, Honorable Chernobyl, at some point they even asked me if my parliament had a work. So whatever happened, we still use that election act there. Plus the time in this country, we insisted and comfortable with small age in the house. The election results will come out. I speak on behalf of government that the election results were pronounced a win for His Excellency President Julius Maada. And as per Constitution, Act number 6 of 1991, the judiciary carry out one of his separate mandates for the swearing of His Excellency and the assumption of office. That will happen. Immediately after that, the ECSL are not going to issue a statement that they will undertake, quote, non-participation in governance. Having said that, His Excellency the President automatically realized this can be serious because governance is about inclusivity, it is about participation. But more importantly also, people had voted for people who have been declared winners, thinking. And that rethinking started in-house first. What did he do? It called members of government at high level, then discuss, and we realize there may be need for look at the electoral architecture once more again. But family alone say, not only Salone, most parts of the world, electoral reform is an ongoing process. You cannot get it at a go all of the time, one of the time. So, family don't go realize, my co-chair, Dr. Marah, make reference, His Excellency, the President, and the opening of this life of Parliament, it will make pronouncement at Parliament. It say it will put together a committee for look at the electoral system in the country. At that time, it will nominate a vice president for chair. But shortly after that, when another state institution or for comment, if you know the area, the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, what they call Peace Commission for short, they decide for start for engage with the brother and sister at the APC. And they inform say, with brothers and sisters at the APC, they want to discuss critical and burning issues pertaining to governance. Well, on the side of government, we believe, say, the Peace Commission, a product of the Lome Peace Accord, we believe again, SierraLeone should be proud of because it's here before set up, but finally we don't get them. From ECOWAS, the African Union, Commonwealth Secretariat, we self-been part of that process there. I think I will do most of the talk. And at this point, again, I want to join my brother for this special recognition to our elder brother, Mayor former boss, and leader of the APC, Dr. Kamara, where not only been there, but he been full soul for 3 days, and that gives back, like what my brother say, to the agreement. Now, this tripartite agreement, we don't call the agreement for national unity. We go on Kunawe in the column, the Bible. It tie we down, like what my brother say, to resolution 3. And important, it don't clarify that, and I don't need to bother on that one. However, when we discuss, the idea was that the All People's Congress, through Dr. Samora Maltuisin Kamara, for the nominate to His Excellency the President, people from the APC, and the President will use the nomination for constitute the tripartite committee or the three-way committee. But the President, looking at the nomination and believing, say, there is need for more inclusivity and more participation, it decided to approve all the 7 nominees what they said. So therefore, the brother say, because they send 7, instead decide now say nominate 7 on the side of the government. So now so we'll get a magic number of 7 for the APC and 7 for the SLPP. And one bow now, better report the progress we don't make so far. But I want also to know say implementation and the rolling out. The government will take all the residual functions as part of the effort of government for deepening and strengthening with democracy, but also for strengthening democratic and national state institutions. Before they come, I go take leave of him. He tell me, say, this is good. When I continue, let the committee work so hard so that we're not going to make the same mistake all of the time. I put on that one. So, what's in this committee? Co-chairs, a lot of permits me to explain, because in my other life as presidential governance advisor, a lot of I do media monitoring. I realize, say, Mr. Chairman, I realize, say, some newspaper articles, probably because we'll not be done do this yet, probably because of lack of adequate information, without they make some statements them or assertions. And I just want to say, what are the issues around the committee that the committee is or may not be? First and foremost, this committee is a product of political dialogue and political on the 18th of October 2023 is 6 months. So which means for now, until otherwise, maybe the principal negotiators, my elder brother, my boss, Dr. Kamara, and the chief minister as principal negotiators come for discourse. I can continue remind me, colleagues in the committee, say, we now a creation of 6 months. Whether it will be aborted now or terminated or allow for growth for now, the principals say, whether they send we, then we'll care for tell we. And whether the end states, so terminates. The end state or point of termination will be a report. And that report, it got forget recommendations drawn from all what you go don't find out in the various segments, and most of the things that we my brother referred to in the terms of reference. And that report will be submitted to His Excellency the President. And we don't agree, the way say that once it's submitted, it will consult or engage with the APC for law look at the implementation of them committee then for the good of all of us. Co-chair Dr. Marah talked about the other 7 resolutions. I go on and know also in the media that from the government side, we don't receive lots of representation from other political parties, that we are dealing with only one political party and there are 17 registered political parties. The good thing is, in one of the resolutions, I don't know whether it's resolution 5 or 4 or resolution 5, there is also provision for inter-party dialogue between the APC, the SLPP, and future credible non-contested elections. And these other political parties also will equally be participating in those elections. So it's just was logical and ethical that they also become part of that. I want to conclude for saying, His Excellency, rightfully so, that because this committee, now about SierraLeone, now about the people of SierraLeone, and about the government of SierraLeone, the government of SierraLeone is bound for invest some money in them. So it don't commit, say, let the chief minister do the necessary paperwork within government for mandate them within the laws for let them put some money into running and the operations of this committee. So that it not only become our partners supporting the committee, but it become a committee supported by the government of SierraLeone and its partners. Co-chair, I want to end for say, the review and the report and the recommendations from this committee, it will be very timely for the work of government. Because in the big 5 game changers, where they don't put inside the medium-term national development plan, we go to call Pillar 4. That Pillar 4, it talk about revamping the public service. And if we revamp the public service, ECSL and all the other election management bodies where they go on a review, they belong to the public service. So part of the work is being done on this side, and it will feed into that day, and I think say that process itself will feed on that. I want to end on this note, what the president also tell me say, that I for inform the committee and all of us and co-chairs and big brother Dr. Samura Kabara say, as the president of the republic, he is committed to the process and he will support this process to a logical conclusion. And final bit of it from me is the fact that the way Dr. Marah say, law not preempts the recommendations, but as we seek, consistent with our mandates, we'll not get nothing way right that the mandates say, law will discuss about when a next election will be held. Until such time when it comes up, and by the laws of this country, the next election, if I should quote the Minister of Information and Civic Education, are due sometime in 2028. Thank you very much. And I want to thank the partners, civil society, colleagues from the APC, the media, and all SierraLeoneans out there for their patience, for their courage, for their understanding, for allowing governments, for working with the APC, for putting this committee together. And I plead again, join me co-chairs, particularly my brother, Dr. Kaifala Marah, Lord, and show patience and tolerance and accompany this process so that we do it for make SierraLeone better, stronger, credible, and part of the international civilized world. I want to thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Co-Chair. And thank you for pledging the support of the government of SierraLeone. I can also say that I know, say His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, they follow this process very keenly and he fully committed, the government fully committed. In fact, today's press conference, normally we can do weekly press conference, we set aside and say we give this platform and partner with the committee a part of that commitment, they say we take this obviously at the highest level. I want to take this opportunity as well for acknowledge, say we get the Deputy Mayor of we City, Idinaya, Your Worship, Mr. Kwekulisk, ASQ, the chairperson of the All People's Congress Party. If I tell you the history I get with Uncle Minkailu, I'm not going to understand. But I want to say you're welcome. Acknowledge your presence. I want to acknowledge the chairperson of the ruling SierraLeone People's Party. I see come in very quietly at some point. The very distinguished Honorable Dr. Prince Hadinsef there. And my colleagues them in cabinet, many of them there. The Honorable Minister Mark Kalon, I see Honorable Minister of Local Government, I see Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Deputy Minister of Higher Education, and other VIPs. Now, we don't reach the high point. I want to invite then the call themselves the farm. Now we know the works of the of this committee are not small because I don't attend the meeting. The Honorable Alpha CC and the Honorable Dr. Richard Conte, and they call themselves CC Conte Farm. Now they will two work really closely together. While I put your hands together for them to very fine statesmen. So we can do the official signing. The three co-chairs and they sign and initial every single document based on which they don't explain to Winaya. And we see the two results of collaboration and patriotism over what we know say, but we willing as SierraLeoneans for put aside other interests so we will lift Salone above all else. So now we witness the official signing. Honorable Alpha CC, I think we'll get some press people in there, so you go there on the side, so you say exactly. 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 So you say go there inside the frame. So they give them a chance, now this will come for. Then they sign, made no miss no. You know, go completely out of line. We're respectful. Would they ask that question there? So, you know, if you didn't after the signing, they can open up for questions. But for Una, we not blank scan to the press conference to make her tell you one thing the rules. Today, we get 3 superstars there and 3 superstars there alone. We're not the co-chair them. Nobody need to use this platform for let on celebrity. Eh? We want on celebrity, the create your own. Yeah, you ask questions. I go on for call on the members of the committee for come forward. We want to do one quick photo op. So that we there, then go lift up the paper that they don't sign. We'll take one picture now, and then we'll sit down again and take the questions. So one call on the members of the committee for come. All right, so I'll ask you all for remain seated. As he say me, me homeboy from the great state of New York, His Excellency the Ambassador for SierraLeone to the United States, Idea, Honorable Sidiki, Your Excellency, thank you. It's great to see you here. Thank you. I want to acknowledge your very distinguished presence now today as well. Me in a New Yorker, so we'll get separate conversations. Anyway, now we open up for questions. As always, I start with the question that we already can online, because I want to encourage you now for the use the online thing. I beg. Thank you. Number one question. Now the mandates for the committee for investigates the election and recommend for rerun on a just for let a reform election law. Second question, along very similar lines, so I get for asking along to answer this question before we go. The committee get the power for request a rerun if they find flaw, or if no, the government, for the sake of the positive, if the government go request a rerun based on a recommendation. So this question of whether rerun day and the possibility of a rerun it continue for the ask. And I think today we'll get to Nanaya I give an opportunity
Honorable Minister and Chair of the occasion. I think in my presentation, I make it categorically clear that even by the name, electoral systems review and management bodies. For now, review they do, we'll not get a power investigation, but we go invite, we go encourage, if you are well-meaning SierraLeonean, and you believe, say, this is something that is good for the country, this is something we're supposed to do for our country good before, I think moral suasion will draw you for a come and accept the invitation and respond to it. Straightforward, we get a mandate as of constituted committee for request for a rerun. No, to the best of my understanding of the mandates. And the documents will be put out, and Honorable Minister, I will encourage you that you try to put it out so that people can read and understand.
Yeah, thank you so much. During my presentation, I make reference to a few things, and I've been very clear about them. One, now for take a look at the 2023 elections. And second, correct? Yeah. We don't do a good work as a committee. We don't agree, say, we'll get for take a look at election results. No preempt the thing. Let the results come, we'll look at them. I think we'll get more than 2 million people will vote, not so? 2 million PC side. The reason why we sit down here forgets this review and why they get this meeting this afternoon for informed SierraLeoneans. Now because something happened where not being right. And as my brother say, he said the president don't make a commitment for support the recommendations of the committee. Me now professional. I do my recommendations based on the findings. Let the result then come out look at based on the findings, we don't make recommendations. Whatever that recommendations get for be based on the findings. Recommendations get for be based on the findings. Recommendations get for be based on the findings. So the same location, let the result and come on, we'll look at them. Thank you.
Okay. Normally, I will ask a follow-up question, but I allow let the president come and then Mr. will get a bite. But there was a question on if being approved the draft child rights bill, the revised bill. And one of the provisions in that bill there, now for particularly prohibit the practice of FGM on females who are below the age of 18. We believe that there will be a big step towards reforming this and preventing the circumstances of these deaths are being investigated by the authorities, and then when they were responsible will face the full force of the law. Broader reform conversations, as I say, we believe they are ongoing, and the minister they work on bringing back, follow past the appropriate laws there, so that we will get the reforms that we need. All right, now questions. I see hands up. You know the rule. You put your hands up, and I'll pick 5 at a time. Okay, 1, 2. Three, 4, and 5. Okay, go ahead.
Mina Mohamed Kone, and we go to Parliament for 3 months. Which are the challenge we make when we pay the up tonight? Thank you.
Mission as a whip, because trust is lost to the politicians in this country. Say, we'll be agreed today, tomorrow is another index. Thank you, sir.
I know say I like your business, but now I the one that with it's not be the question we ask. Yeah, Mr. Kamana, one of the most frequent persons in the press conference. I try for notes which you asked, but I can't. But I think it's a question of trust. Pick that up. Okay, number 4.
Yeah, Lawrence Williams, editor of Freetongue Post. My question is very direct. Does the review process involve subjecting the ECSL election data to examination, yes or no? And lastly, I would love to know whether that document you just signed will be made publicly available.
Thank you very much. Number 5.
Thank you very much, Mohamed Bikroma, Civil Society.
Ask law firm teams so that on the side on the inside we will begin to take a look at what we go do for prisoners what we go do for the politically motivated and many others, so that we will clear the way before come to the recommendations of the tripartite committee. Nobody no get for push we get for push we self, because we believe this is critical to the democracy of this country, and we believe to say now the right thing for do. Now make we say we come up with a framework through which we give ourselves targeted timelines for deliver. We don't want push beyond 6 months. We want the outcome now, we want the result now, and we believe say the commitment with APC and government don't make, it will come to fruition. Thank you. We're not going to ask for that. Number 2, Concord time, somebody asked how I go strike the balance between my party interest and the country interest. When you do the right thing, you never get it wrong. It serves both purposes. That is why I say we commit for do the right thing. And that is what we're gonna do. If we do the right thing, it will meet the needs of the party, it will meet the needs of this country. Just do it right, you won't get it wrong. Thank you. About trust deficit, me, I don't like for talk about trust and deficit of trust in this country. We all know we self, all man know in company profile. I want end and day. On ECSL data, we don't talk to say, we get for examine the 2023 elections. I don't know, like I say, we always get problem with semantics. I stay with the words where we define with committee, we examine the results of the 2023 elections, where ECSL therefore produced. And yes, this is a transparent committee. I want to say whatever work could they do get for be public, and I wish say whatever would they do will continue for be public, so that everybody will get access to them. Would already make that commitment. Thank you so much. Mr. Gaima, about civil society. You know, and I say this based on what I say just now about trust. It's very easy for make people then lash at politicians and say they know they do the right thing. It's very easy. But we get for ask question. Sorry, Mr. Chair, I want to digress a bit. When me and I've been Minister of Finance, you will ask this question, and several others where they are no say. I've been to get quarterly meeting with civil society. At a point, even they subject the implementation of a national budget to scrutiny. Not so? We involve in the budgetary process. Even while the co-chair, the G7 plus, we continue for work with Tuna. At no point in time we do something or involve civil society. But civil society self don't they go bad. Let me tell you self true. You know, it don't they smell a little bit. It don't they smell a little bit. I guess some civil society organizations in this country, you civil society, I get trust and confidence in them. This my brother, I get trust and confidence in them. I don't meet with some civil society. I know one name names. I trust in many of them. But if you put all inside the bag, because some civil society organizations been there, we've been to do certain things that were not right. And they serve the interest of the country. It's not. So if you civil society, they go outside the scope, they do things were not right, yeah, this is not the place for to come. Una go by una mandate. With the hope, according to with terms of reference, that will therefore open up the process. Civil society therefore be involved. We'll therefore invite una, we'll therefore talk to una, we'll therefore integrate una ideas. If you get results or you get anything we get for do to election, ready to because we get for can I host for ask you on our office for make you give whatever you get for inform the process. So value now. But wait till they say let civil society self sit up small. You know, Crancoman say na Kwenadu we say we advise the kenda. If you advise the arata for make it left for eat the kenda, advise the kenda left for smell. Yeah, thank you. So civil society get for involved. We'll go work with you now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Normally, during the press conference with minister there and all, I can time them, and I can get where they come in for let them summarize. But today, na special day. I want this is not part of the process for let we speak with mine, and I want for tell I attempted for defense civil society since in that space they come on, but I know you do that now in this space where they I ask co-chair for letting self respond to the questions. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, on the issue of assurances for recommendation, all I can say on behalf of government is that the fact say he remove the Honorable Vice President, we already announced in the House of Parliament before both national and international media and our international partners able to tell them for step aside and for accept winner for stay at this process. It's marked demonstration of commitment to the process. So if that is not something that can give solace, then I want support me on Kuyanda about the issue of the trust deficits in our society. But I want to say the president, and I mentioned that 2 or 3 times in the presentation, the president remains committed to the process. Let's wait for the report. The minister is more authoritative. He will talk to the issue of the MPs and the payments. On the issue of the international community, I want to say categorically no. Unawe gets access to them, and I could tell them, even before the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion come on Peace Commission, His Excellency had already discussed and would already put an address to Parliament as early as end of June for say it gets a committee for review the architecture. Within the international committee, perhaps too, they were invited for can become mediators, and they were also invited as co-chairs, and they were also invited as moral guarantors. When something good in our country, let we talk. The leadership of the country now enforce things say maybe something wrong. Sometimes we need to look at the system. We need to make sure say the issues they probably will not address in the new law and the electoral system, and also you observe say and the electoral system, and also you observe say now doing electoral, sitting here as a governance person, as a political scientist by training, I would rather say, because of you say APC or SLPP, I would rather say perhaps what the political parties did in SierraLeone is more internal democratization. Perhaps we need to get more internal culture of tolerance, accepting ourselves and going by the rules. Let's practice from within so that we can go outside. I believe say perhaps there more of that we need, but this is not a lecture I can give. On the issue of whether this committee get power for examining the results data, we will be guided by the national constitution. We go call ECSL as a committee, but the ECSL therefore be convinced by moral suasion or by court order for CAM, because they are protected by constitution and by the Public Elections Act that nobody not use in power over them, not even the president. I want to repeat that. This committee go invite ECSL. This committee go encourage ECSL. This committee go cajole ECSL. But because this committee suffers from constitutional limitation, it depends on ECSL probably out of moral suasion or any other consideration for making them say, yes, we get the right to invite them. But until they decide for put at with disposal, we will not access and we have no power of coercion. And the final bit on the CSOs, my brother be to come. And since my brother say, Lord, talk true. Well, President Miobi puts the committee together. He thought of CSOs. Some CSOs were nominated, but we are yet to reach consensus whether they for come or they not for come. But as we currently sit, technically speaking, the committee is short of CSO representation, even though they are nominated. So once we reach consensus with the colleagues then, because we don't agree now by rules of engagement, say everything will be done by consensus. Once we arrive at consensus, the CSO will come, but you are not forgotten.
Thank you very much, co-chairs. Would it take the final round of questions? I also want to encourage, say, one, when Dr. Marah talk about CSOs, he talk about all sections of society for take blame. The irony is that some people then clap. You will clap, you say for take blame. You say for part of the problem. The answer they will in the Guinea, we get one section with the clap for one set of answer, one section with the clap for another set of answer. At the end of the day, you know, pick and choose the answer we want. When Dr. Marah or Dr. Gaima give one set of answer we want, now make they don't call on and say, we don't listen to the committee. This country now we all get them. Now one green country we get. And Salom big pass everybody now. Now make we all day now today. Would they try for let things go forward? My old boss be used for say the thing about democracy in the first 100 years. What's in that mean? Democracy is a slow, long, painful process. This today we witness now is a sign of progress in our democracy. That we can disagree, but we can at table and sign and agree on things and move forward. That new for applaud. We not there because we agree. We all not agree on every single word. When brother say notice disagreements. That's the point. Because we get disagreements there. But we get for continue for walk through the disagreement and which we don't see today, a commitment. So I want to join them for call on the people of this country. We will not pick and choose the outcome we want. Let we support them for the outcome where they work together for move this country and with democracy go before. Last set of questions. Let me see the hands. 1, 2, 3. It's the press. I want to give chance to the press, please. Okay? So the press and I will put Naya. Mr. Chairman, wait, I'll come back to you. Let's see again. 1, 2, 3. I know I don't already point to you. 3. Mr. You're not a part of the press. 4. And any other journalist? They are not journalists. That's why they're over there. The journalists in India. It's deliberately done. You're not a journalist? Okay. All right, you'll be number 5. So you get now you represent what we call Albert Academy the backyard. Una way they under. All right, it's cool. I pointed at you so you know your numbers. Go on. Number 1, go now. Yeah.
Okay, my name is Suleiman Jalo. I work for Export Times newspaper and magazine. This question they go to Dr. Marah. You talk say some of the resolutions are suffering, which includes 4 of our councillors in our both district. They're not assumed office yet. As a political party, we don't be not find out as the problem we are in, where we get it costing or them money not. No take office. Secondly, and you know, see the people in that part of the country they're underrepresented because government they can do the work.
Okay, I think I understand the question. I go play them back. No way, there I am.
Come on, Rise Radio. I just want
please
to
back I had a big there. Peacefully. Yes.
I just want to get clarity as that if efforts were made to reach out to the other political parties them for the part of this committee if we talk about diversity.
Okay. Other political parties.
Karin Bayo, political scientist. Thank you so much. I'm glad I'm lecturer Dr. Gaima there. We taught us about electoral reforms. Now, I want more clarity. We get 1991 constitution, which is very sacrosanct. Then we get Public Elections Act. All the recommendations we then get for 2, now the committee. We get a body already. Then get to go against them because we get to be guided by the national constitution. So I want for be more gets that insight there in terms of clarity. Rerun versus electoral review. Thank you so much.
So you ask question, we don't ask, we don't answer. Now you ask back. I hear you. You're not bad.
All right, Mina Khadija Bangura. I work for Liberty Online TV. My question they go to Dr. Kaifala Marah. Una also seem for the conflicting information, you and Dr. Gaima. They talk so now they examine the 2023 elections data. And now Dr. Gaima just don't state and clear for produce this data. We're going to go through a court order. If need be, since the APC, now one of the things then this one the request for say, now I see the data. If need be, you as the person where they represent the APC in this committee, you go push for that?
And the gentleman will be the under naming the 5th. Oh, wait. That Monday, yes. After that Monday, then we'll end with that one day. Yes, go on. Yes, go on.
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim Jawa from IBB Log. My question they go to the committee and the U.S. ambassador. Who must they go around and say the?
We not elect for be nice, but I don't like what you do that day because you're a journalist and you come in press conference. I don't like that. You know what you do, and I don't like them. Next day you do that day, I will withdraw you accreditation. You can do press conference again. Okay? Don't do that again.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Go on.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mina Bobodan Kamara, I write for New Citizen newspaper.
All right, we'll listen there.
Mina Bobodan Kamara, I write for New Citizen newspaper. Mr. Minister, this question I direct to you because in our previous press conference, you come out plain and make them clear to the people of Salon C, who forget about anything we're going to do with Iran as per the tripartite committee they look after. So it may try for say, Dr. Kaifala Marah don't can make say, if the recommendation call for that, then obviously we will expect outcome. If the recommendation call for that, they will look towards to that. So what they try for ask now is, I want to know your point. If that now misinformation to the public or waiting at your source, I want to get that clear.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, now they can get the answer, Dave. Thank you for that question, Dave. All right, so we get listen. Listen. This is not the beauty of the process. Suleiman Jallo in question for Dr. Marah. Now about the 4 councillors that will not take the seats. He say that means the people that we vote for that councillor then they currently underrepresented and waiting at the constraint women they not take the seats. Somebody asked for other political parties, as he just made for the Mami as well. He asked that neighbor, I think one is in a statement, but that question they come up again. Somebody decided for ask this question of rerun versus no rerun again, reform versus rerun, and say, the political scientists ask, so I will give you another chance again. I think the point of this one, I will say, Lord, be honest, Lord, be transparent, Lord, come on here at least with some clarity for the people of Salone. And if very important that we guide how they come here, because if you set trap for we all, we make things, we push the can down the road, and we handle that. So I will give you another chance for answer. And then Khadija say on the question of the legality by which you demand ECSL for give you data. He from the chairman say you go get for go basically first forget a court order. Say whether me now Usana am a source of my information and whether I misinform the public. You question. At the left arm, I will let them done because I deal with you after this. Would I now for go first, Seth? I think now Dr. Gaima for go first. Dr. Gaima, you go.
On the issue of the councillors, all I can say at this point, I need to reach out again to the Minister of Local Government, but the information I got the last time was that as at the time when they be swearing the orders and then it will require, but I also understand say, I'm not sure can I act it, that he has the authority to delegate for that to be done by a chief administrator. I just want to talk say, Mr. Minister, I need to follow up on that one. The last time Dr. Marah been discussing, but the minister was away, so I'm not been able to follow up with him. Dr. Marah make mention, say, some of the resolutions that they suffer, yes. It mentioned, and I presentation say, this committee has no responsibility with the rest of the other 7 resolutions. But between the 2 of us, we will done the fair way how we will do that, to the extent that we don't even suggest, say, we will talk to principals. And who are these principals? Now, Mionkuya, Dr. Wakana Marah, and then the Chief Minister, David Senge, for see if they will get some conversation. But to move that further, from one side, in the office of the president, whose side are they support the president, vice president, and chief minister, we actually go ahead and prepare some metrics for track. We'll discuss with we brother and sister in our APC, and they were kind enough to accept. So we'll get a tracker where they try to look at those issues. So for example, we don't inaugurate the one on the inter-party dialogue, where to the extent PPRC don't facilitate it, then they don't draft TOR. I think they don't decide for work on schedule of meetings. What will not clear it, I stop them. I say they need to come to Dr. Wakana Marah and David Senge for see who that would be the convener, whether a PPRC or not, but because we had agreed that in the spirit of the agreement, quite a few of them move on. The one on the issue about political prisoners and the one that we have politically motivated cases, yes, I must confess, say, the APCB don't submit a list. I know for sure, say, the list should have been submitted to the Office of the Attorney General. This is the point. Because some of those people, they were alleged to have committed some crime. The understanding is, what is the seriousness of such crimes that can be politically waived? There are some crimes, according to the legal experts, I mean, I'm a layman in law, there are some crimes where political settlement will resolve, depending on what comes from the other party who is affected. So that's to go through a system of process. But again, yes, I go agree, say, the list has been submitted, but the action expected is yet to be taken. I go agree on that one. The effort to reach to other political parties, I mentioned and I say, the other political parties, they don't actually write formally for say, hey, when I do electoral review, electoral management bodies review, who serve a political party them? The same product will come out from that recommendation. We serve again for affects we, but now on another left we out. Technically, this is just one political party, because I sit here on behalf of government. You go talk, say, government, APC, the SAP, the lead. But the chairman of the party, they say, and I don't get, by this arrangement, I have no obligation with respect for confer with her, because I'm operating as government. So 16 other political parties are still calling. That is a very valid view, but with the hope, say, through the inter-party dialogue between Dr. Wakana Marah and David Senge, so they can go find an avenue, how they would, well, last time they meet now for inaugurate the inter-party dialogue, then suggest, say, sometimes they better infuse that is support we. But since we don't forget public outreach and public engagement, there's also the question here, well, thank you, prove me wrong. I've always said for me that in governance, you stand in the center, you go by the principles, you crucify the sentiments. The Constitution in any serious democracy, the Constitution is near sacred and sacrosanct, near sacred and sacrosanct. So you know the subsumer shortcut for anything. That is my position for me. But the recommendation will be going to His Excellency the President, not to me as governance advisor. And the final point here, I think the other one, the one for me, brother Dr. Kaifala Marah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jallo. You know, waiting wrong na bo na simple thing, and not supposed to happen. ECSL submit get to list according to the numbering, not to say they go, the PR system. The one that we know say 9 this. ECSL say, na this. Boy, I see that day. And no final. Also, well, don't they pan this from October who signed this agreement till now? They not do that. That was why we write with the axe in the tracker. This is not a simple thing. ECSL, whoever responsible for this, make it take the APC list and administer oath. You know, they're in government, what do they do so? Whether they're in government or they're in opposition, now people there they serve. Able, then don't elect somebody. If for lift arata so difficult, where they are in your car now, how you able to turn? A simple thing. So the big deal, make ECSL clear this doubt. The list where the Secretary, where Secretary General don't submit to them, before the end of the week with the big, let them take and go administer oath, let councillor them begin work. It's simple as that. And for then agreement to say in order within the mandate. But Mr. Moderator, allow me make us say this. We don't develop tracker. You know, anybody who work in a state house as chief minister or chief of staff, you know, say a tracker they operate. We get tracker. We APC don't say the implementation of all the agreement there, make we upload them na Google Drive. So government no more go to report, we go to do simultaneous reporting. Now so they deliver. We'll settle on this week, they go fine. Even for commission with moral guarantors, not you supposed to do by now. The inter-party dialogue is very important, but fundamental issues then we all hear about constitutional reform. Not so. A fine by now make you know what's inside the Kotoku. What you the reform na that constitution? What you want for tweak? If you see man the smelling, I'm not sure who say put out. Not so. So let come on and do. Let we know what's in it for. Now that make the inter-party dialogue very important. So the big deal, make we implement the resolutions there, so that by the time the tripartite committee on the car, we don't go far. Okay, political parties and complain. You see why we person they make law again for be careful, ask yourself. Committee member now begin think. You get how many political parties? 17. Now 2 no more. Do well. You think that PR system is right? No independent. No, now wait. No independent candidate no win. So now some of the questions they are will get for begin ask. So we know they say the other the other political parties, we all are the same. And we go also play their own role. So make political parties and take out and make them know say themselves now part of the process as they go forward. Rerun. No rerun. But they tired and answer to waiting my sister ask. About court order and how sacrosanct the 1991 Constitution Day. You know, Lord Denning, me not a lawyer than they are. He say not left the law me not a lawyer than they are. He say not left the law na bureaucrats than hand. Law is very important for the survival of the state. If I make politicians they handle and sometimes politically. Wow, they are. Lord tell we self true. 2 million people or more. You hold on to that data, I send the releaser. If you not say what you put it clear, why for worry? So we they say, now listen to me clearly. This is on behalf of the team. We, now simple questions, would they ask, would they go by waiting, will mandate say, for examining 2023 electoral process. Not also, if we examine that one day, me and una know for say, elections result na core part of now they now mandate. Modi, bring the thing, law examine them, they'll make recommendations. Not so, no sweat. Would they do work professionally? Then say, every step is one step leading to a destination. We don't get the terms of reference. We don't agree, say, we'll get for examining results. Not just 2023, we'll get for look at 2018 and the others. Not so, that's us how far fall back. But let the results come out, put and look at. Another thing to say, and it's very important, another thing to say, okay, make us say this. If you take a look at the Public Elections Act, I know I'm for go into law. I think now sections 52 and 93. Clearly state waiting for do. Then you know to constitutional business, it law go by that law, you pull and for law do this thing. You know why they say this? Are the craving and indulgence? Make we done with this thing within the next 4 to 5 months, law done with them. We're in a very bad shape as a country. The economy know they do well. This particular thing, they continue to cast long shadows over with political future as well as with economic future. Lockdown with this, make investors then get confidence for come. So we know say we get a mandate and they get for producer. Now say they happen all over the world today. In fact, to get access to Information Act, not also, access to Information Act, you can still pull on. So plenty laws and the law not hide behind one thing. We other law and they say.
I really hate to do this. But I'm going to ask
sorry,
you to
1 minute.
Yeah, summarize.
1 minute.
Yeah.
So, madam, to you, we get plenty avenues. The law, the PPA Act there, section 52 and 93. We get access to Information Act. We get plenty in them, including international best practice, including a commitment where ECSL been no make under one of the recommendations of the EU for say them go publish. So I know I make this press conference, immediately come a cast shadow over the work of this committee.
All right.
Law not do that. We'll take a look at them here. We'll jump, we'll go forward to recommendations, and we'll take the electoral feature and fix and fine for ourselves. Let it come out there. Me are the big then let them pull them. And Lord, and they will know. Lord, should all talk this thing.
All right. I want to thank all for the questions and the answers. I want to respond to that board I've been promised for response to them. I want to say a few things. One, I don't maintain the as Minister of Information, before I talk, I dey carefully choose my words and I dey check with both the law and the authorities. And I dey say now again, categorically, as far as I know, categorically, nothing in my understanding of the law and the advice that I don't receive, we suggest that this committee get the power for call for doing a rerun or for mandate a rerun of an election. That's my understanding. And as Minister of Information, if you ask me that question, that's
Hello, me family them. This na Baba Sheikh, the people them defender and political offender with the program do don't clean.
This not just up for music, sweet music production. Do don't clean up. And the program this where they educate you. Do don't clean up. And the program this where they inform you. Do don't clean up. And the program this where they entertain you. Do don't clean. Do don't clean. Do don't clean. And the program this. Do don't clean. Do don't clean. I say this program not for me and you because it entertain you. This program had to inform you. It entertain you. Oh yeah. This program had to inform you. Yes, it inform you. All the daily things them where they happen now we country. Baba Sheikh there for inform you. All the daily happenings where they go on now we country. Baba Sheikh just entertain you. Tell me say Kokoriko. Before long go, so you have to wake up. Tell me say Kokoriko. Wake up, wake up. For wake up, wake up, wake up. I say this program damn too nice. It entertaining from you too. Baba Sheikh keep program damn too nice. Oh, it entertain me. Do don't clean up. And the program this where they educate you. Do don't